Greetings, mortals, I am the Fallen Shogun, and welcome to another Who's That Indie, being strategic, tactical and survival indie games, your face hole. Today's game, First Impression, is... I've honestly forgotten the name. It's calling itself Robogore. Disintegration. Why is it calling itself Robogore? So, I'm only allowed to do like a first impression of the first up to 5 missions. I'm only doing number 4. So I'm obviously, was it number 3? So I'm not going too far into it. I'm just showing obviously how the game works and what's going on. So, the game is, you are basically a mobile gun platform because you're on a hover bike and you control a squad of soldiers. But there's a few things. A very few interesting things we're going to talk about very, very quickly. So, the way... Every time you do a mission, you go back to your base. The way the game makes you talk to people, it very specifically bloody says it in the first mission. It sort of kicks you in the face with, hey, this is a game. Let's game with the game. It goes, oh, there's a challenge system. The human introduced it so that you could do challenges or missions to build teamwork and make you talk to people. It literally goes, talk to your friends because they have challenges to build teamwork. No, it literally is just a gamey game thing. But you are a integrated person. Basically, humanity split. A lot of people put their brains inside of robots, and then there's the naturals who did not. And then there's obviously a lot of fighting going on. So basically, as long as your head survives, you can get yourself a new body. Which is a point of the game. Let's go talk to Sentry. As you can see, challenge. Awesome. And that's how it makes you talk to people. There are challenges. Now, it's pretty badly integrated, if I'm bluntly honest. But one good thing is the character interaction with each other is really quite good. I actually quite like the characters.
On my feet, I would treat my weary body to a long hot bath. Scented oil, candles, a trashy novel. As soon as I'm in my own skin again, you better believe I'm gonna wear out a tub.
Sounds good to me.
That wasn't an invitation. Imagine your own bath.
Yeah, so I do like the characters interacting with each other. It's actually quite good. Now, obviously, I'm just going back. I've done a few other things and stuff I'm wondering about. But yeah, there's multiple different people. You've escaped. There's basically 2 factions of integrated. Ones who want to save humans and be human again. And the other ones who don't really see humans as anything apart from a relic of the past. Obviously, you're the nice ones.
My daughters would watch me like you're watching me now. And I would scold them for getting in my way. They were just curious.
I'm sure you were a good father, Isaac.
I did what I had to protect them, and I do it again.
So as you can see, so you go around, you talk to people, you get quests. Obviously these are just sentries, they're literally just straight up robots. Look, another challenge. But yeah, one of the interesting things is watching the people interact with each other during the cutscenes, which weirdly enough are cut off to 30 FPS. But yeah, let's go back to the gameplay. So how it is you are Romer, you control a grav bike, and you have a team of soldiers with you. Obviously other integrated like this guy over here. Obviously look, here's his spare bodies when he loses one.
Yeah, you're fitting right in with this undisciplined rabble. Going around, catching up on gossip. You don't want to believe everything you hear.
Oh yeah? Are you gonna set me straight?
You're in them special cells all by your lonesome. The rest of us, well, thrown in together. Doesn't take long before Outlaws devolve into a soap opera making drama out of nothing.
So yeah, you control a squad of random outlaws with you, you go out and do missions. Now each mission there's usually a point to it, like obviously get to here, do this, do that. But there's hidden scrap and hidden upgrade chips, of which you use upgrade chips to upgrade your people. Let's really talk to you.
Okay, Wagner would like you to take more responsibility for the team. So, you now have access to the upgrade ship system. As you collect upgrade ships, you can assign them to specific units. Each chip can be used to enhance an armature's performance, from basic durability and regeneration, all the way through abilities. Different armature classes support different levels of optimization. We're all in the system. I've made the interface self-explanatory. It even has an auto-assign feature. Just don't let Koki touch it.
So yeah, you can upgrade your troops. Now there's a few things we're going to talk about. So obviously this is like another start I've done, just to go back and talk about things. As you can see, I'm only on mission 3. Oh, I failed one there to get here. Annoying. And how the missions work is, you take troops out with you, but you don't get to choose the troops. As you can see your crew. So you don't get to pick who's coming with you, which is a bit of a problem. But you can obviously change their equipment. So obviously Koki's upgraded fully. Got Seguin. I can actually start putting abilities on. But as you can see, as I level up, because I'm level 2, I can choose how many upgrade chips to put on them. But I can also do it to myself. Obviously I want to do this. So you want to find upgrade chips. Now, sometimes you get them in missions, but other times they're hidden throughout the battle. Let's actually regenerate myself. So you want to upgrade your people to make them more powerful, obviously. You also want to make sure that you can't change your troops. You can't change your weaponry. So when you get given something, you basically have that. So if your bike doesn't have a self-healing ability, you're very screwed, as you can imagine. So yeah, you're very much entirely down to you just upgrade things and hope for the best. And obviously you can upgrade everything to a certain percentage just because you might get those people, you might not. So you don't have any control of the people who are with you or your bike.
There's something that's been nagging at me for a while now. A dead spot over in an old mining town named Windless. Seguin here thinks it's caused by an enemy blackout tower, and I'm inclined to agree.
You want us to take a look?
Whenever the Red Eyes start acting sneaky, it inevitably spells trouble for the Resistance. We have to look out for one another, Romer.
All right.
Remember now, until you take care of that blackout tower, there'll be no communications between us, in or out. Seguin, keep them company. Old Meg's radio upgrade will just have to wait.
Yep. Keep putting it off and complaining to me when things don't work. Maybe we'd have decent comms if this place weren't such an outdated piece of shit.
Hit their blackout tower and we're done. Is anything ever that straightforward?
And now we're into the mission, so let's talk a bit more about it. Like I say, it's first impression, but I have played a bit to know what's going on, and there's a lot of issues. And some good stuff too. But there are issues, and we do need to talk about them. Even if I did briefly forget the name of the game I've been playing for the last several hours just to make sure it works. So, the game works is you're on a bike, as you can see.
Why are we out here really, Seguin? Other than to scratch Wagner's itch.
Ugh.
This is the closest town to a major dam that powers the region. That makes it strategically important for the Resistance.
Until the Red Eyes moved in.
You're catching on.
So the Red Eyes are the enemy forces. I think they're mostly drones. But yeah, as you can see, your team follows in front of you. You have 2 weapons, usually your main machine guns, and some kind of alters ability. In this case, I'm actually firing a nano emitter, which is a healer. In the previous mission to this one, I was using basically a single shot heal gun so I could target individual people. This means I can heal myself. The previous gun meant I could not. I could only heal my troops. If your troops die, you have 30 seconds to pick their heads up and get them back on the field, or you lose. If your bike dies, you lose automatically.
Returning.
Now you can see how you have 3 people and I can so I'm right clicking and moving them about. You'd think, because they're showing 3 different things, you'd have 3 different squads or 3 different people. No, they work as one individual squad. But they have individual abilities. There's concussion grenade, slow field, and concussion grenade. Each character class has different abilities. Like the big heavy guy is an entirely different class and has a mortar strike. But as you don't get to choose the troops you bring, you're kind of stuck with whatever you have on that individual mission.
Returning.
It feels, if I'm honest, like it's trying to force you to learn how to play the game so you can get into a multiplayer match where obviously you pick your groups and all sorts. But I like the characters. I like how they talk with each other. Obviously, you can tell them to move here. You can right click on a soldier and tell them to target him, and you can press F to bring them back. So you can directly target a soldier. You can tell them to go somewhere. You can tell them to come back, and you can tell them to use their abilities. And that's the full.
Chance of taking the wrong path, I'll pick it every time.
So that is the full extent of what you're going into. Your characters don't have much of a control. Now you can also like press E and gives you a scan, because there are hidden upgrade chips and salvage on most maps, maybe all of them. So obviously you want to have a look around and you can spot them when you're in E, like that. See that? If I didn't go this way and didn't scan, I wouldn't be able to see what that is. And then you tell your troops to go do it, they all go as a squad, one guy touches it. I found an upgrade chip.
The railway bridge down there seems intact.
There you go, Agnes. Just double back.
Yep.
And there we go.
Warming up.
So you can boost. You have it. Look at the bottom. Your boost goes along, and you can also up and down. As you can see, the altitude starts going red if you go too high. You can only go higher if you go up something. At best, you can be about 15 meters from the ground. So you can't just fly everywhere. You are literally on a grav bike. You need gravity, and you need to be sort of hovering. As you can see, that's Atlas.
Sure is quiet, huh?
Let's keep it that way.
But yes,
Will do.
there isn't too much in the way of tactics. This is the third difficulty how the game is meant to be played. There was a higher difficulty where you have to really push things in.
Through this tunnel.
But I don't think I'd recommend it currently.
Echo!
But yeah, I like the characters. Oh, there's the enemy. And if you leave your soldiers to their own devices, they will occasionally take firing positions. They will shoot at enemies when they get roughly close. There isn't too much in the way of what tactics they do.
Yeah.
Blowfield them. Although I admit, their abilities are really quite powerful. But as you can see, there's a timer of like 60 seconds on the slow. Although stun grenades only 15, so that's pretty good. Now if you tell them to directly target someone, they will all actively fire at it. Which is one of the few ways you're actually going to be able to bring down targets. Unless the enemy is directly on top of them, most of the time your troops are wildly useless at killing things. And the enemy has this weird penchant for literally bum rushing your troops with everything they have. I've had my troops in a position, like trading 5 enemies also in position. And what happened was they ran all their men into me.
Use them to scan for movement.
So stay out of their sight.
Or destroy them before they can raise the alarm.
You got it.
Shoot the hovery things before they spot us. Okay. There's option for stealth. I forgot about that. It's been a long night and / day.
Okay.
For me, I'll be releasing this several days later, so I can obviously go back through it. But yes, you can destroy buildings. Like certain buildings can actually be completely destroyed by weaponry.
We need to shut that thing up.
Roger or Cookie. Targeting.
As you can see, you can directly target things and they will open fire on them.
Can't do it. Targeting.
It's one of the few ways you will actually kill targets. Because like I say, your troops are not very good at killing things. The only reason we wiped out the previous forces is because they all sort of like try to melee us to death. Here come the enemy. They get drops in, and we can actually see how this works. Oh, there's just more melee troops. Okay. As you can see, I'm leaving my troops to their own devices. They're not really shooting that much. And they're sort of moving around a lot. Which is actually pretty okay, I guess. Sometimes you can put them and they go behind cover, and they don't use the cover. Sometimes they run behind buildings and don't shoot things. The AI is pot's luck. Sometimes they'll do what you want. Sometimes they will reconsider things and decide that they're not actually intelligent.
By the looks of these fortifications, I'd say we're heading in the right direction.
Okay. So you can see there's enemies here. I'm going to send them behind here. Maybe they'll use it.
Will do.
Okay. And I'm not going to tell them to shoot anything. As you can see, they're not using cover. The enemy will. I can also shoot things, of course. Luckily with this one, I do have an area of effects heal. As you can see, most of the time, like, they're not...
What the? That just about scared me out of my armor.
Brace yourselves. It's about to get uncomfortable.
Pulse! Challenge failed.
That's more than uncomfortable.
What was I meant to have done?
A blackout tower's pulse is an effective deterrent.
Complete mission without being hit by a black pulse. Oh, yes.
Field reports.
Forgot about that. So challenges, obviously, you do challenges, you get extra experience, as it were, or scrap. As you can see, your troops are not very accurate. The enemy will also heal themselves. Oh, now they're using cover.
Got it.
But yeah, most of you will be aiming.
Preparing.
You will be aiming to try and like kill soldiers, so you'll be right-clicking on them a lot to target them.
Oh man, here comes another pulse.
What am I doing?
Hitting their own guys with that pulse is kind of crazy, don't you think? Except when it pulses. They run to those floating things.
Yeah. Looks like some kind of exclusion zone that shields them from the pulse.
I left. So yeah, obviously trying to get your troops through, heal up. Healing is quite rare for you unless you have a healing ability, but again, because it's picked randomly, you will occasionally have problems of having to wait till the enemy heals themselves and then standing next to their corpse so you get the heal too.
Will do.
But the world is actually quite varied. I do like the world. I do like the characters. The gameplay...
Okay.
I do hate closed doors.
I had a dog that was the same way.
A scan may reveal something, Romer.
Yeah, gameplay, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
It does feel... I don't know. It feels off. Because the combat is pretty basic. Like, it's pretty basic.
Okay. Hitting its power source should take care of it. Barrier down.
Watch out.
Because what you'll be doing most of the time is taking the targets out yourself. But like I say, your troops sometimes do, sometimes don't do what you want them to do. And obviously because you have to pick, well, nothing really. You don't have any kind of tactical variety in the multiple different troops you have, because there are loads of different ones you have around at your base. And obviously you try and save more and the mission progresses, you find people, but you don't get to pick the ones you think would be good for the mission.
Getting fixed.
So there's no tactics there. There's no tactics in what your bike is equipped with, like I've said. And most of the time your troops will only be killing things if you're telling them directly to murder them. As you can see, there's a guy up there. And they're sometimes shooting. As you can see, the enemy's coming. They're still told to go here. They saw troops moving towards them. So what they did was they just full-on charged them. Because that's smart. So yeah, there's issues with the AI.
You got it. Help!
A fair few issues with the AI.
Getting fixed.
Most of the time, again, you will kill things if you directly target them.
Prioritize.
And that would be the only time you really get good kills. Like even the AI is a bit odd of the enemy.
Hey, I'm in bad shape.
Got it.
Heal up. I am enjoying the fact I actually have a healing ability though. Playing mission without it, you do feel very bad.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yep.
You want to be using your abilities as much as possible because they're always on cooldown and your troops don't use them. You will always want to be making sure you're stunning someone, slowing someone down, being killed by a sniper. Because your troops aren't shooting that one specifically.
Repairing.
But yeah, without the heal you are very screwed. What is that? Bloody turrets. Die, 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 die. Yeah, it's called yourself an RTS FPS, and there isn't really much in the way of strategy. I mean, the only reason you could possibly say you have a strategy is because you have a squad. But the squad feels... Yeah. Oh.
Sorry about that. Getting fixed.
It doesn't always feel that bloody useful. Like I say, most of the time you'll be killing the targets yourselves. They seem to be there mostly to soak up damage so that you don't die. Like those two there, both hiding from different sides of the car, fighting at the same enemy. Oh, they're dead, so when you see when they die, you get 30 seconds to pick them up or you fail. Then there's a counter like 4 or 5 seconds, and then you come back in with a new body. So they are disposable infantry. You don't really feel any loss if they go down. The only problem you're going to find is if you're low on health and they're inside the enemy's like reinforcements. There we go. But yeah, as you can see, they're all here. They're all firing super often and well. It's weird. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. The only way to truly be sure your troops are doing what you tell them to do is directly to order them to all shoot at one soldier. You can't order them to shoot at a squad or an area. You only have area effect skills. Which is an odd one. You can do area effect skills, but you can't tell them to fire it over, over there or fire at that squad. You can't do that. You have to tell them to murder one person. And they will. They'll murder their hell out of that one person. Even if it means bum rushing straight to their face. I don't know, like I say, you don't care if they die. Go, oh, they're down. Pick up, back up. All you've got to do is just hide for a little bit and make sure you don't die of lack of healing. Although, when you fight against one of the tougher guys, you're in trouble. But yeah, look, see, they're standing next to him and kind of ignoring him. There's no target prioritization. They either shoot things close to them, shoot things further away, low priority, high priority targets. It's whatever they feel is right at the time. It's just a very odd choice. Because obviously each person has different weaponry, like we have shotguns, we have snipers, like we have a crossbow. But they don't use their weapons on different target types. If they all see a guy with a sniper and a guy with a hammer coming at them, what will happen is everyone, including the guys with the shotguns, will all shoot the guy with the hammer. You won't have your sniper shoot their sniper. Or sometimes your shotguns will open fire on the sniper and your snipers are trying to pick off the close range troops. It's insanely weird. And combat! Oops. Combat isn't that exciting, if I'm honest. At all. Because all you really have is the same gun and a secondary. That's all you're doing. You're just holding down the left trigger and you're shooting things. You don't have a different variety of weapons each mission. You have a weapon. Here come more drop troops. So, yeah. Variety is a bit meh. Tactics are a bit meh. The AI is majorly hit or miss. The best thing I can say is the gameplay is functional. The gameplay works. But the less said about the AI, the better. And I don't think that's, good. If all you can say about a game is it's functional, well, it's not a game you'll be picking up. There are other games which do do stuff but works better and actually plays well.
Yeah. Farming up. You got it.
Will do.
It's functional. I think I don't think this is a game I'm going to complete, if that gives you an idea. And I like shooter games, I like strategy games, I love games of any kind of mech. Yeah, I absolutely love mech games. But I'm playing this, and what I'm thinking is, I want to play Total War. Shouldn't be a good situation, is it? Not a good situation at all. Like the previous mission when I was playing it again, I was just thinking,
Much better.
And that had quite variety. This big open world, you're going by open map. There was this, you were going through destroyed little towns, gathering scrap. There was even a major fight with a lot of troops, an awful lot of troops on your side and theirs.
Will do.
But yeah. Like a lot. Okay, I'm gonna die. Yeah, but the AI of your friends, obviously, you know, you're not actually your troops, but the people you're trying to save. Bloody useless. I'm gonna die. They just stood there and let the enemy overwhelm and swarm them.
Will do.
No idea where you went, Agnes. So the only way you can really kill things is to directly target them down one at a time. Can you stop sitting next to him and shoot him? Thank you. It is what it is.
There's more coming to check
It's
on him.
£40, I think.
Prioritize.
You got it.
Preparing.
And I wouldn't say it's worth at this current stage. Electric panels, keep clear.
Out of here, please. Yeah.
Should have done better at this. I should have done a lot better.
You got it, baby. Forming up.
Pull them back. But yeah, there's nice variety in the scenery. There's nice variety in the world you're going through. I do like how the characters interact with each other.
Regrouping.
But
You got it.
the campaign is... It feels more, you go from place to place and waves attack you.
Aye, aye.
And that's it. It literally just feels like you move from place to place and then you're trying to fight things as sort of like a floaty 6 degrees of freedom shooter, while waves of very small enemies try and murder you. And sometimes go into the scenery.
Right away.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, not ready. Stop. I need help! They're on me like glue! Peel them off!
Keep getting stunned. I'll stay low and heal. That's it, all three of you hide behind that one bench. What the hell? Why would you charge through the bench? So, they were okay guarding over there, but they had to rush when they saw mines.
Going for the kill. Enemy dispatch.
But yeah, you can see with that, if you directly target someone, they'll sort of like just sort of go right together. There is no real tactics here.
Got it.
You just happen to have people who do stuff occasionally. But yeah, it will exist. I don't know if I'd recommend it. Obviously, you want to keep on checking everything to find upgrade chips and so on. For canning naturals while still fresh. See that? Naturals while still fresh. I don't really see humans as anything apart from a resource. Natural shells post canning. They literally go find them and put them in robots against their will. Yeah, it will exist. I honestly don't know if I could personally recommend it.
What is this, an extension cord?
You got it.
But it is what it is. It's a game which tried to combine RTS with FPS. I don't really think it did well on either. And the multiplayer I played, when it was during the open beta a while ago, it weren't that interesting. Obviously fighting the other like ships was interesting-ish, but the squad play? The squad play is just not. I guess occasionally they do stuff. It's just not. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Some people probably want a lot of like squad play. Some people probably just want a shooter where you're floating. Obviously right now I'm just like not really doing anything. And I guess it depends on what you want out of it. If you just want a basic shooter, yeah, it's alright. It's functional, it works. If you want a real-time strategy with first-person shooter elements, no. No, there's definitely better games out there.
Yep.
Look at that.
That's a kill.
Even when they're not reloading, they all seem to either reload at the same time or ignore things. Look at that.
Right away.
When you tell them to directly target something, they'll just bum rush to its position. Anyway, I've been the Fallen Shogun. This has been Disintegration. I don't think I can recommend this one. It's a shame, really. I was actually excited for this because it has flying, it has mechs, it has robots, it has saving humanity. But no. And this is probably one of those videos where it gets like 3 or 4 views. I know it does. These games get these videos get completely ignored for the bigger guys, but I don't recommend it. There are better games. Better squad games at the very least. It's a shame, but either way, yeah. I've been the Fallen Shogun. Ciao for nows. Be awesome, be epic, and please be safe out there. Until next time.